Hey everyone, I'm Tassenix and welcome back to another mod guide video. This time we're covering Master Qui-Gon. He's a surprisingly powerful support who's usually getting run alongside Padawan Obi-Wan and under Queen Amidala's leadership. But before I dig into any of that, I wanted to try a little something new. A couple of you have been asking for a TLDR, and I'll probably think of better ways to do this going forward, but I'm not going to let the pursuit of the perfect get in the way of the good. So without further ado, here's my TLDR on Master Qui-Gon. Set types are speed and health. Arrow should be speed or a super fast health primary. I could see you running like 29 plus, because you really don't want to give away a lot of speed if you're already committing to a speed set in the first place. Circle, cross, and triangle, all health primary. Turn order is number 1, so mod him accordingly. He should be the fastest of the bunch. My own is 360. He doesn't need to be that fast. Step it down, best as you can afford him for turn order. Stat priority should be speed, of course. It's going to be pretty aggressive to push him up there. Over health, over offense. Now, as an alternative spec, if you want to use him with Cam, you can run with set types of crit damage and health. Arrow, for the sake of the turn order, is probably going to be speed for most of you, but would be ideally best as a health primary, super fast, maybe with some offense on it. The circle and cross should be health with offense secondaries, because you're going to try and take the most advantage of the health conversion into damage with Cam on your team. Triangle should be crit damage, and your stat priority should be health over offense over speed. Okay, let's go ahead and move on from there. So yeah, that was my first crack at it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. All right, as always, I want to go ahead and start with the leadership before we dig into his kit, just to contextualize, where you might be thinking about how to mod him from that lead. Queen Amidala's leadership highlights: my place is with my people. All allies have 20% defense and 15% max health and protection, plus 15% max health and protection. At the start of each ally turn, allies gain 3% critical damage stacking for each stack of protection over time they have until the end of the turn. With the Omicron on the leadership, whenever an ally uses a special ability, they gain bonuses based on their role. So in the case of Master Qui-Gon as a support, he will gain protection up 50%, stacking, and speed up for 3 turns. Alright. Let's go ahead and dig into him now. We'll start with his unique, and all his abilities are pretty complex, so there's a lot going on here. All right, stay close to me. At the start of battle, and whenever Galactic Republic allies are stunned, they are immune to turn meter reduction and gain defense up for 1 turn. The first time any Galactic Republic ally, excluding summons, falls below 50% health, if the ally in the leader slot is Galactic Republic, the leader takes a bonus turn, dispels all debuffs on the leader, and all Galactic Republic allies gain 25% max health until the end of the encounter. So a stacking health mechanic for the team. Whenever Master Qui-Gon is critically hit, all Galactic Republic allies gain 30% protection up for 2 turns. All Galactic Republic attacker allies recover 10% health, gain advantage for 2 turns, and an allied Padawan Obi-Wan gains critical damage up for 2 turns. Whenever any other Jedi ally attacks during Master Qui-Gon's turn, he assists once per turn. So he has an assist calling ability. Okay, and that's what this is specifically calling out. So if he's calling someone else to assist, he's going to ping off that too. If the ally in the leader slot is Queen Amidala at the start of battle, she gains 25% turn meter, 50% if there's an active ally Padawan Obi-Wan, and Master Qui-Gon assists whenever she uses her basic. So there's 2 conditions now where he's assisting. When he's using his one ability that calls some ally to assist, and then he'll follow that up, and then whenever Queen Amidala is using her basic. Alright. While enemies are inflicted with tenacity down, they have minus 30% critical damage and defense. Okay. And then there's a TW Omicron, which we won't cover, but wow, it's very important in TW, I'll say that. It's really potent. Okay, let's go ahead and jump into his basic, Ataru Strike. Deal special damage and inflict breach on target enemy for 1 turn. During Master Qui-Gon's turn, all Galactic Republic allies with heal over time or protection over time gain defense up for 1 turn. If Master Qui-Gon has accuracy up, all Galactic Republic allies recover 10% health and protection. Okay. Now, his first special. Feel. Use your instincts. Dispel all buffs on target enemy. If target enemy had any buffs dispelled this way, they are inflicted with buff immunity for 1 turn and remove 50% turn meter. If the ally in the leader slot was Queen Amidala at the start of battle, Master Qui-Gon exposes all enemies for 2 turns, and if an enemy is inflicted with doubt, stun them for 1 turn, which can't be resisted. Doubt gets inflicted by this team whenever the Handmaiden decoy is killed. She inflicts an unresistible, unevadable, single instance of doubt on 1 random enemy, I think. Alright. So Master Qui-Gon gains 100% defense for 2 turns, and Legendary Battle Meditation for 1 turn. Now, I have that up. Hold on. So it's percentage gain of potency and counter chance doubled for Jedi. So there it is. Like, it's... yeah, I want to say it's like 50%. I don't know why it's giving this range, but it's a huge buff to potency and counter chance. So while you'll see that he technically can inflict debuffs, this is kind of taking care of it, so you don't necessarily need to worry about modding for potency, right? Alright, back into him. So, yeah, Master Qui-Gon gains this 100% defense for 2 turns and Legendary Battle Meditation for 1 turn, which can't be copied, dispelled, or prevented. If no allies are taunting, all other Galactic Republic Legend... all other non-Galactic Legend Galactic Republic allies stealth for 2 turns. If an ally is taunting, all non-Galactic Legend Galactic Republic allies gain speed up for 2 turns instead. So, in Grand Arena, with assuming that, you know, Queen Amidala has all of her Omicron, she has a unique where you're going to start the battle with a Handmaiden decoy for free. She has an active ability that can summon one back, but you get a free one in Grand Arena with that Omicron on her. So that means that the first time he's using this, he won't be putting everybody under stealth, but he is giving everybody speed up, which is nasty, because they've all, if he's first in your turn order, then everybody else is going to be very super quickly coming back around to that second turn, right? And then, if for any reason, you know, the Handmaiden decoy is dead, then he's going to make everybody under stealth, and then hopefully you've got Queen Amidala just about to go, bring back the, bring back the Handmaiden decoy, and now they're kind of just forced to hit that for a while, all right? So, let's see. If an ally is taunting, yeah, they gain speed up. This ability can't be evaded. That's the other thing, too. This is just going to be happening. So, pretty powerful skill, and yeah, it's useful to take advantage of this buff dispel as the first in the turn order, because you usually want to be able to get behind some type of tank. All right, next special. I'll take that bet. Super fun skill. Roll a chance cube. If the result is red, this ability has no effect. If the result is blue, deal special damage based on 5% of his own max health plus 2% per stack of the Queen's Protection buff, which is unique to Queen Amidala, but she'll stack it up over the course of the fight, so that further amplifies our damage here, and this gets done to all enemies. Dispel all debuffs on all Galactic Republic allies. Master Qui-Gon gains 25% max health and max protection, stacking maximum of 100% for the rest of the encounter, and allied Padawan Obi-Wan gains 30% offense for 2 turns. If the ally in the leader slot is Queen Amidala, and there is no active ally Handmaiden decoy, so when your team is exposed, she gains critical damage up and foresight for 2 turns, so this goes to Queen Amidala. If there is an active ally Handmaiden decoy, the decoy gains 25% max health and max protection for the rest of the encounter. All Galactic Republic allies gain tenacity up for 2 turns and inflict tenacity down on all enemies for 2 turns. Master Qui-Gon will influence the outcome of the chance cube roll. So he ensures that it always comes up blue, and boy, does it do a lot, right? So it's doing damage to everybody. It's dispelling all of your allies. It's stacking his own max health and protection, giving offense to Padawan Obi-Wan, who's just out here doing a huge AoE physical damage, right? And then all of this synergy for Queen Amidala. So there is stuff that could benefit, if you wanted to strictly, take him outside of this team for some other Galactic Republic application. But it's tough to leave all that on the table, man. All right. So, team comps and turn order. Yeah, I go into this in much greater detail on the Padawan Obi-Wan video, so I'll direct you over there. But in 3 versus 3, of course, you're going to have Queen Amidala as your lead, Master Qui-Gon and Padawan Obi-Wan. That's going to be your core. By the way, all the teams shown here are in terms of desired turn order, right? And then I'm just going to flash these at you real quick, and again, redirect you over to the Padawan Obi-Wan video. But here's some 5 versus 5 comps you might consider. I will say, anywhere that you see Shakti, you could also consider Grandmaster Yoda, something like that. But there's more to it than this. God knows there's plenty of Galactic Republic characters and Galactic Republic Jedi if you wanted to take advantage of specifically those benefits. Yeah, there's a case to be made. All right, let's go ahead and talk about his mods, though, directly. Let me flip this up. So we can start with just my own mods as representative of that main spec that I was telling you about. I did check out a few of the top players, and the ones that have these set types that I have are generally around these same marks. So you do want to have the speed set with 2 piece of health. And remember, we're stacking health, right? And protection, but the health we have particular synergy for under Queen Amidala's leadership. So we go with the health. Of course, speed primary arrow is going to be the case for most of us. Even me. I've got decent health secondary on this, and I'm okay with it. I'm just under 110,000 health, so that's kind of one of my stretch goals for a Relic 9 character to have him up like that high. But really, you're just trying to go for as much speed as you can, and then right after that, health. Offense, after that, isn't a bad idea, being that he's a character that assists. Okay? So, yeah, health primaries for triangle, circle, and cross. You're just trying to bake in. In the case of these mods, I went with a lot of survivability. It was mostly about pursuing the right speed and a little bit of health where I could. But, yeah, you can see that he's got decent numbers for everything else, and I'll say that some people that have him in this speed health set do have, I don't know, maybe 500 to 1,000 more offense than me on this set. So there's some room to improve there, but that's kind of your guidelines, right? So mine's extraordinarily fast at 360, probably the fastest one that I've been seeing out there. There's probably somebody out there that's got me beat. But most of my peer group is in the 350s with this character. Again, as the guy who's leading the turn order, we really do want him to be popping, so do the best you can. Okay, the other one that I wanted to highlight is if you are willing to commit to that so-called alternative spec, where you're running him on this team also with Ki-Adi-Mundi, who has a unique that is going to allow your Galactic Republic Jedi supports to deal additional offense equal to 10% of their max health, right? So being that Master Qui-Gon can be called to assist a couple different ways, we can take some real advantage of having those big hits, right? Bear in mind that advantage is getting handed out on this team, so you don't have to put a crazy super amount of effort into critical chance on him. You can see that Aesop Rock, one of the top players in the game, only has 74%, a decent amount added to be sure, but like 75% crit chance is okay. All right. Usually you want to be very, very high for crit damage, but you don't have to worry about it when advantage is getting handed out. Anyway, he went with health primaries for arrow, cross, and circle, not offense for arrow and cross, right? because you're actually taking advantage of all of the survivability gains under Queen Amidala, the fact that you're stacking your health over the course of the fight, which you are then yielding into even more offense through Ki-Adi-Mundi's unique, right? So yeah, of course, with a crit damage set, you'll have a crit damage triangle. And yeah, you'll see that this one's 329. So I wonder if he actually runs with an alternative turn order here, because it's pretty easy to have Queen Amidala much faster than this. So I wonder how he does that. Regardless, though, if you're going to commit to this much more offensive build, I really do strongly recommend you commit Ki-Adi-Mundi, which does mean that it weakens your, OG Qui-Gon team in Grand Arena. Something to think about, all right? All considerations to be made. And then, of course, I know you guys like talking about applications. I did cover that in detail in the Padawan Obi-Wan video, so I will direct you over there. But the long and short of it is, defense is where this team is meant to be. What you're beating with it on offense, you can beat with cheaper things, more effective things for what they are and for what they cost. This team requires a lot of commitment with its Omicrons and then either very fast or very specialized modding to get the job done. So, yeah, check out the Padawan Obi-Wan video for more. All right, guys. That about wraps this one up. I had a lot of fun doing this one. Hope you enjoyed what we've got going on here. And if you did, be sure to hit like on the video. Hit subscribe for the channel to see more. And, of course, you can always catch me on my Discord, links there in the channel stuff. Catch me live on twitch.tv/Tassenix. And, check out through the rest of my channel to see more videos like my JC VODs, my Plotting and Scheming podcast, Grand Arena podcast, and, of course, what was it? There was one last thing. I'm always forgetting something. Not the mod guides. Oh, yeah, the Datacron set video. Public release for Datacron set 16 should be coming up just in a couple of days here. And, of course, the video for set 15 is live. But wherever we are in time, you can always go and check and see what my Datacron set videos are doing. All right, until next time, it's been real. It's been awesome. It's been real awesome. Take care.